Hi, and welcome to our DELMIA podcast, Global Operations on the Go. I'm your host, Therese Snow. Today I'm here with Julie Charland, DELMIA Ergonomics Portfolio Director in Montreal, and Anaïs Richard, ergonomist at a manufacturing transportation company in France. We're continuing our discussion on DELMIA's new solution, Ergonomic Workplace Designer, a breakthrough role in the design of manufacturing workspaces. Julie, for those new to our podcast, can you please tell us a bit about your background?
Yes, Therese, my background is in ergonomics and biomechanics, and I have been leading the virtual ergonomic domain at Dassault System for quite a while now, and I'm happy to be here today.
Oh, great. Impressive, Julie. So, Anaïs, could you tell our listeners, please, a bit about yourself and your background?
Yes, so I'm ergonomist since 9 years in industrial companies. I integrate ergonomics in our industrial processes. So at the beginning of the project, and we try to move to a reactive approach to a proactive approach.
Okay, excellent. Well, thank you both for joining us today. This podcast will focus on the perspective from an ergonomist and customer. So let's start with a bit of context first. So Julie, I hear EWD has been keeping you super busy for the past year, but why did it take that much muscle to bring it to launch?
Yes, Therese, Ergonomic Workplace Design, EWD, is aimed at industrial engineers that have to design workplace and make it safe and efficient. What kept us busy is the invention of two technologies behind that product. First one is called Smart Posturing Engine for automatic mannequin positioning in one click. And the other one is called Ergo for All. This is for ergonomic risk assessment and suggestion to lower this risk, and it's aimed at non-ergonomists. These are two scientifically validated technology, patented technology, developed in collaboration with two Montreal engineering schools. So that have been keeping us super busy.
That's great information. So, Anaïs, being an ergonomist, but hearing Julie say that this tool is actually not aimed at ergonomists, rather it's geared toward a manufacturing engineers without an ergonomic background. So I wonder, where exactly do you fit in this picture?
Yeah, for me to develop the prevention approach in ergonomic, we need to integrate it into all departments at the beginning of the project. So as engineering, industrialization, tooling designer, etc. And for me, thanks to ergonomic workstation design, we can provide an objective analysis thanks to an automatic positioning of the mannequin. And we have an ergo evaluation, very visual and visible by all. So as Julie said, it's not necessary to be an expert. And as we can see on the tools, we have the recommendation associated with the ergo rating to modify the design in live. So it's very good to have a time saving in the analysis of our process. So it's a speed simulation of the working activities thanks to an automatic positioning of the mannequin.
Okay, so, it's interesting you said that you don't have to be an expert. I certainly think that's going to appeal to a lot of people out there, and leads me to my next point. Julie, what happens when an EWD user doesn't have access to an ergonomist in-house, for example?
Yeah, it's not all manufacturing company that has the luck or the ability or the structure to have ergonomists in-house, just like Anaïs is part of a structure and is part of the manufacturing company where she worked with directly with these people. It's not always the case. So when it's not the case, when the manufacturing engineer are kind of by themselves and there's no ergonomist in-house, we thought about putting them in contact with an ergonomist such as Anaïs that knows the game of working in 3D. So this means right there in the app, while while making design changes to try to lower the risk assessed by Ergo for All, the user, the manufacturing engineer with no ergonomic background, can click on a button and be put in contact directly with an ergonomist. So, Therese, this happens sometime when either the task or the environment is too complex, or, once in a while, Anais, maybe if you feel this, but once in a while you change something in the design, it makes it good in one area, but it makes it bad in another area, and then you change the design again, and whoop, now you have another problem in another place. Sometimes it's very, very hard to cope with that. So this button, contact an ergonomist, will help the designer to make a workplace safe. We hope this will bridge the two worlds together.
Good explanation, Julie. So, Anais, do you feel that the ergonomic field might be a bit reluctant for manufacturing engineers without an ergonomic background to actually evaluate workplace safety?
Today, ergonomic assessment tools permit to increase the skills of the stakeholders, industrial stakeholders. So it promotes a multidisciplinary approach and also to develop the autonomy in terms of prevention. So thanks to this, we can detect and assess ergonomic risk factor as a major element of our ergonomic approach before manufacturing. And thanks to this, we can also integrate ergonomic in the design of the part, of the jigs and tools, on our layout, on our equipment and machines, and all the things, all our processes.
So, Anais, can you comment on how things would work if someone in the front line, like a manufacturing engineer, finds problems? How do you want to know about it, and how often, or where would you like to fit in there, or to be flagged? In the ideal world, what would you see?
Today, for the moment, we are not enough efficiency to detect ergonomic risk during the design phase of the project. And for that, I think it's very important to establish an ergonomic culture within the companies. All new employees must be made aware through trainings, for example. And the message I would like to highlight is all the company's employees have a role to play, from risk identification to the deployment and the implementation of a prevention action plan. And thanks to this type of analysis tools, we can be more autonomous and respect the different ergonomic recommendations.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you, Anais. And so, Julie, now that EWD is out there, what are your expectations?
Well, I would say it's rather hope than expectation. I'm hoping, and I think all the Montreal team that has been put their heart and soul and mind and brains into this product to democratize ergonomic, to bridge the world of 3D and the world of ergonomics and safety. I like the word that Anais used, saying all companies' employees have a role to play in prevention. So I hope with this democratization, with this bridge, we will be able to empower the first line, the manufacturing engineer, to play that role of prevention. So that's my hope, Therese, for now that this product is out.
Hope, absolutely. No, that's a good word, Julie, and I'm sure that with EWD being out there, and as you had described, I'm sure it'll come to fruition. So thank you, Julie, and thank you, Anais, for this really interesting conversation on DELMIA's Ergonomic Workplace Designer.
Thank you, Therese. It was good to be here, and good to be here with Anais. Thank you so much.
Thank you, too. Thank you for your invitation.
Absolutely. My pleasure. Thank you both. I'm your host, Therese Snow, and thank you for listening to Global Operations on the Go.